Hey there, folks. Rambler Rogue here. I realize I got back a few days ago now from my drive-away journey to Hollywood, Florida, and back. But in the last couple of days, I was just doing other things, let's say, doing some important other things, so I really had just dropped my bag and gotten on with my landlubber life for a bit there, so I'm just going to explain just a couple things about what you do when you return from a drive-away trip. So you could call this decompressing or debriefing from a drive-away trip. Down here, I have my trusty Samsonite backpack. Just as I left it when I returned from Florida. So the first thing we got to do, well, not necessarily first thing, one thing we got to do, this is my pack of documents here. You need your file folder full of papers. They told me at the border a couple times to get a proper folder, and then I finally did. Because they were actually serious. And look, it's marked. So I'm looking in, where it's all labeled, I'm looking in the drive-away docs part. So I'm going to take out some documents. Oh my goodness. Well, that's a letter saying that I'm allowed to drive their vehicle. This here is a border document. That is important. This is my travel itinerary, no longer important. Couple phone numbers. I can go right back in. Some blank documents, not as important. These can go in the recycling. So you get the gist. What you have to do is take these important papers. This one, put it in an envelope, because that's being mailed to Boss D. I already have the envelope ready. I'll finish this up momentarily. So second thing, so you got to shift your cards. Now this is not something you might expect, but I have here a pile of cards, and these are stuff that I only really need when I'm at home. Then I got my cards over here, bundle of cards with some money, and I don't need all these now that I'm back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave my Flying J card. Flying J, that's a series of truck stops. Flying J and Pilot, so I don't need that while I'm not traveling. And let's see my cards here. I do need this one. My American ATM card, don't need that while I'm at home. My Hostling International member card, don't need that. Van City credit card, sure. My player's card for the casino, which gets me on the casino bus for $8, don't need that. Driver's license, I will need that. Health card, I will need that. And from over here, my home pile, my library card, I will need that. Enterprise car share, well, probably won't need it, but maybe I will. Presto card, I don't really use that, but maybe if I get caught for fare evading on the streetcar, I could show them that as proof of purchase, perhaps. Maybe that will work. And yeah, I don't need my gas cards. Don't need my American bank card. Don't need my player's card. So just got to shift my cards around to reflect that I'm now at home in Toronto for a bit/while. Then obviously what you got to do when you're debriefing or decompressing from a drive-away trip is do your laundry, right? See this? Laundry. put it in the laundry. And I'll be packing all this stuff to the laundromat tomorrow, but I like to leave for a trip with clean laundry and then do laundry after. So you're not rushing to do it before you get out the door. Wait, that doesn't make sense. And then another thing you have to do, that's why I have this green notebook here. This guy right here. You have to do some math. Oh, there it is. Right, open to the right page. So I'm not going to do this right now, but I have written down some details from the trip, especially my expenses, fuel expenses, food expenses, stuff like border fees, tolls, buses, flight, postage, those types of things. And so I'm going to add up my expenses, and then I'll figure out how much I got paid. Figure out how much money I made. And of course, if I made money, which I did, and how much exactly. And that's it. Then you go on with your life, moving forward, back to being a landlubber. So that was, you gotta shift your documents, you gotta shift your cards, you gotta do your laundry, do some math, then face forward. Alright, landlubber. Well, another thing I'm gonna do, which somebody doing drive-away delivery may or may not want to do, is shift around some apps on my phone, for example. After this, I'm going to shift over, log out of this Periscope account, and perhaps do some Periscoping as my musical self, do some music on my other account. And I'll switch your Twitter account around, that kind of thing.